So jumping right into my TNA Slammiversary 2013 pay-per-view review, and I'm not really gonna do the whole catchphrase thing and everything like I've been normally doing, but to me, actually, in my honest opinion, with every great YouTuber, I think it shows a lot more character too, and it shows who you are a lot more. So I'm actually gonna start things off a little bit more differently now, just to give it something fresh and something new. And speaking of that too, I do have something new for you guys, and definitely for this shout out, especially for me at ThrashManiac99, especially recently where we're able to come up with the idea of having a all new different type of gaming channel, and this is a collaboration type of channel between me and him, and it is called YWC Gamers Extreme. And if you are into gaming, it's going to be not only just for wrestling games but for other gaming experience and just other video games, like with commentary or with Google Hangouts and talking about video games in general and stuff like that. So there's going to be a lot of stuff going on there, and I've been wanting to do something like this for a long time. I've been trying to get gaming onto this channel as well, so I decided to do something different and actually have that channel for the both of us and for you guys who are into gaming and who want to have an alternative and go into something else and experience it that way. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We have a few videos on there to show your support. If you want to, definitely go subscribe to us, and as well give us a shout out and everything like that. And it's actually going to be really fun. So that's just another thing that I was able to actually work on over the weekend. So I feel really good about it, and hopefully you guys will check it out and do us that favor as well. Alright, so getting right into the actual first match, and we started things off in a badass way, and that's why with the Ultimate X match for the X Division Championship, where we had a triple threat match where we had Chris Sabin in there, Kenny King, of course, the champion going into the pay-per-view, and as well with Suicide in this. So this made it for a really amazing start to the show, and it could have started off in a better way, and that's right. We do have a new X Division champion, which I'm not pissed off about either way. It didn't matter who was going to win. I just didn't care, honestly, to my personal opinion, who was going to win this match, and I really loved all three men going into this, so it made up for a fun match to really enjoy. And that's why Chris Sabin, even though he recently returned, I thought it was really cool, and I still think that it is really awesome, and to have it even be that much more awesome that he is once again the X Division champion. So big ups to all three of those guys putting on a hell of a match. So there you have it there with Chris Sabin being the brand new X Division champion. Now we get into the 6-man tag team match. This was a bonus match, and as well, we had Hulk Hogan getting in the ring with the in-ring promo, basically bad-mouthing the Aces and Eights, which to me, with all honesty, wasn't really fucking needed, and I could care less about it. So I don't even exactly know fully why Hulk Hogan was there, besides just, in a way congratulating Chris Sabin on his win. But, that's besides the point. And overall, with the match, it was actually pretty good. It was really cool seeing Jeff Hardy back and having his team win. So that's why you had Jeff Hardy, Magnus, and the returning Samoa Joe too, as well, defeating the Aces and Eights, which is actually a really cool thing to actually have been seeing that, and it was really cool to actually have that happen. So the overall match was pretty good, and the whole entire time I didn't think the Aces and Eights was going to win. So we'll probably have some singles action between one of the Aces and Eights and those guys going up against Jeff Hardy, Samoa Joe, and Magnus, and we'll probably see something like that, especially going into the rest of the summer and everything. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do get to see that, and I like that Magnus was in there too, and he's definitely one of my favorite wrestlers. So hopefully we'll get to see him be used a lot more in TNA, and I wish we would see more storylines going in for him. So that would be really fucking badass as all hell. So that's just me on that. So overall, the match was pretty good. Next with this match, which I didn't really give a fuck about, and this was basically to see who will move on to the Battle Glory series. With this one, we had the Gut Check guys, and we had Jay Bradley and Sam Shaw. Didn't really care about it, like I said, and those two did try their best, but honestly, this felt like more of a TV match instead of a pay-per-view match, and I think TNA should have saved it for an Impact or whatever have you, or even a house show, I guess, doesn't really matter. But, to me, I wasn't really that much into it. I tried to get into this match, but in the end, Jay Bradley defeating Sam Shaw overall and looking to move on into the Battle for Glory series. So, we'll see what happens with that. But, with this one, I could honestly care less about it. So, that's why I'm going to go off with that. Next match, we had the Television Championship on the line, which was supposed to be Joseph Parks and as well Devon, but early in the night, we had Team 3D actually taking out Joseph Parks, and then as well, we had Devon looking to become just the winner and not have basically Joseph Parks come out, and he really wanted him to come out, but just doing it for Devon just to have him have cheap heel heat, basically just to get the win that way and retain the TV title. But then, yes, we had a great surprise when we had Abyss, of all people, coming back, which is great. I've been wanting to have Abyss return fully, and it looks like we might not see Joseph Park for a while, even though I was really getting into him, and I really like the Joseph Park character, so it would be cool to see him again. But, it was actually even more awesome to see Abyss be the TV champion, and as well defeat Devon in that match in support of Joseph Parks, which is really fucking awesome as all hell, so I really love that. So, the match overall was okay, it was alright, but, it could have been better, but this was basically Abyss basically getting his revenge for Joseph Park and then becoming the TV champion, so that was really awesome there. Next, we did have a segment, not a match, and this was with Dixie Carter actually announcing to see who would be the second guy to be in the TNA Hall of Fame. And throughout the day, everybody was expecting to either have Jeff Jarrett to be in the Hall of Fame, since he was the guy to found TNA and was the creator behind TNA. And to me personally, I thought he was going to be the second guy too, until Dixie Carter actually announced Kurt fucking Angle, which was really cool. I was in shock and I was in awe. To actually have it be in the TNA Hall of Fame, which is really cool. So thank you, Kurt Angle, for the awesome memories, and I've been watching him since I first broke into wrestling, and ever since the WWF WWE days. So that was really cool. So definitely a really awesome moment. Next, we got into the World Tag Team Championship match, and this one was actually a really great match. Possibly my second favorite match next to the first match, of course. And with this one was actually in elimination style tag team action here. And in the beginning, I thought we were going to have a disqualification. I was kind of really pissed off if that was actually going to be how the match was going to end. But of course, it wasn't going to end like that, and we still had the match continuing. After a while, Chavo Guerrero and Hernandez were eliminated, so making it then that we were going to definitely have brand new World Tag Team Champions, and we do. And that's why we do have new World Tag Team Champions in Gunner and James Storm, which I thought was actually really cool. I actually thought Austin Aries and Bobby Roode were actually going to get the win there, especially after that kick-ass and really awesome 450 splash by Austin Aries. I was not expecting that, and that surprised the holy hell out of me, especially to see something like that out of Austin Aries. So I clearly thought that was going to be the win right there, but we did in a way. I guess you can kind of call it a swerve in a way, where we had Gunner and James Storm, getting the win there, and James Storm getting the last call, and as well we had the torture rack by Gunner, which I'm actually liking Gunner as a babyface right now. I think it's really working, and I hope he really stays as a babyface and to see where that's going to really escalate from here. So I think that's really cool that we got brand new World Tag Team Champions, so really cool stuff there. And again, it really didn't matter who was going to win. I was still enjoying the match, and I really did find this match to be highly entertaining for sure. Next match, we had the Knockouts match, and I gotta say big ups for TNA, and especially the two Knockouts that were in this match. This was a fucking great match, and I wasn't really expecting all the spots that Taryn Terrell and Gail Kim were able to do here. And we've seen the use of the steel chair, and you can really tell that there was a lot of bad blood in this match, literally. So that was really fucking crazy. And actually, we had Taryn Terrell defeating Gail Kim. I have no problems with that whatsoever. This was fucking awesome, and it's not every day you get to really see this shit either. And to see that actually the fans chanting "This is awesome" and all that good stuff in the Knockouts match, let alone a women's wrestling match. So that was definitely really cool, and I really liked the chemistry between these two. So I would not mind seeing something like this again, or to see the feud really to continue basically between Taryn Terrell and Gail Kim, so that was really cool there. Definitely no problems with that whatsoever. Next match, we had the AJ Styles and Kurt Angle match. Of course, this was a classic, and I was also watching earlier too today, getting myself basically hyped up for TNA Slammiversary, and it's actually really crazy how ever since like TNA Slammiversary 2008, around that time, Kurt Angle and AJ Styles have had basically phenomenal matches, no pun intended, and everything to AJ Styles. But you know, every time when those two are able to face each other in the ring, it's bound to be something really great and a great classic to watch. And this one was no different. But where we had Kurt Angle getting the win here and defeating AJ Styles, I really wanted AJ Styles to win, but you know, it didn't really matter because either way, I was still happy with what I got, and especially having these two being one of my other two guys that I really like to watch in TNA, and that's some of them, one of my favorite guys to really be entertained by as well, to keep me watching in TNA. You know, it makes up for a great, hard-hitting, fast-paced, back and forth, all that good stuff, action between those two guys. So I thought it was great, and I did enjoy myself watching this match overall. Now finally, of course, yes, we get into the main event, which we had then the World Heavyweight Championship on the line, of course, obviously, where we had Sting and Bully Ray. This was basically a no-holds-barred match and where anything goes, which was actually a good thing that we did have this type of stipulation in this match, and it actually did surprise me. I thought it ended up being overall a good match, and I did enjoy it. And we had where Sting almost was nearly close to being world champion. I was really hoping he wasn't, but in the end, Bully Ray was able to retain the world heavyweight title, and Bully Ray was able to win it there. We had the Aces and Eights get involved and helping out Bully Ray there. Which wasn't really needed all that much, but you know, it's still actually kind of cool there. And to see that, we saw the pile driver used a couple of times, which is crazy. We had Bully Ray exposing the ring, kind of like what the Nexus did in the WWE not too long ago, a few years back. So that was actually pretty cool seeing that. And overall, yeah, Sting is still the World Heavyweight Champion, and I thought that was really cool to have him still being World Champion, even though the Aces and Eights fucking lost throughout the entire pay-per-view besides the main event. You know, I still thought that was still fine anyway, in my personal opinion, as I was trying to say. So, you know, overall, TNA Slammiversary did surprise me. I would say basically a good to great pay-per-view. It depends on what you guys liked about it and everything, but to me, you know, I actually did enjoy it, and especially with most of the stuff that we did see, and basically two things I didn't really care for all that much, but you know, with the rest of the show, I did enjoy it. So that about does it for my TNA Slammiversary 2013 pay-per-view review. What are your own thoughts and opinions overall about the show? How did you feel about it? And if you liked the video, that's fine. If you didn't like it, then you know, it's whatever, and I can really give a fuck about that, and you know, just X out the video or just unsubscribe basically. So anyway, gotta get up early in the morning, and that about does it for me. And back to work, back to school basically. So in the end, I'll catch you guys in the next video, most likely for the house show event for next week. Maybe I might do a day in the life video, I don't know, but we'll see how that goes. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one.